Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a pressed powder testing from Florasis. I'm sure you guys probably noticed the new pressed powder that being launched on Florasis website. The full name of this powder is Florasis Gorgeous Peach Blossom Silk powder. My number is 02, which is a translucent color. Today I'm going to do a minimum 8-hour testing on this one. But before that, that's to compare the newer version to the more classic version and to compare with Nars pressed translucent powder. I'm sure you're interested. Keep on watching. First of all, this time when I received it, oh my god, the packaging is absolutely on my sweet spot. Let's take a closer look. The packaging itself, the design is still kept the traditional classic shape itself, but look at the reflection. It is more frosted cover, and I absolutely love the newer color, which is like jade white. Looks so pretty and make the whole packaging look so premium compared to the classic version. You straight away tell, first of all, is the cover's reflection. The classic version has more brighter and more colorful reflection. The newer version is more towards softer matte, and the size and the shape and the thickness both are exactly the same. When you open inside, this time looking at the powder itself, the shape is remain the same, but the newer version, the cover itself is more towards like rose gold, and the traditional one is their classic like blue-green color. This time I really like is the newer puff. Oh, this new puff compared to the older version, first of all, it has reduced the size by half, which is more and easier to put in the pressed powder version. The older one is a little bit bulky. Besides, when you feel the surface, I feel the newer puff, it is even softer compared to the older one. Overall, you feel the fibers on the newer one, it is slightly shorter but finer. The biggest difference is the newer version can grab the powder more evenly. Let me show you the difference, okay? This is the older version. We do the same, touch the plates and then scroll. And then you see. Then let's use the newer version, same, touch the plates and scroll. Can you see? Can you straight away see the difference? Let me put two of them next to each other. This is the new one, this is the more classic older version. Can you see the difference? Before, when you use puff like this, you grab the powder, you need to even it out first before you touch your face. Now, while I use this puff, I literally just grab and tap, and it doesn't get cakey, it doesn't smudge the makeup at all. The new puff is, if they sell it separately, I don't know whether they sell this puff separately. If they do, I will stock up 3 to 5. This is just so good. Then back on the powder itself, the difference between newer version to the more classic version, the difference is the older version, I would call classic version, is more designed for multiple skin type. As long as you are not extremely dry or extremely oily, you can use this version. The key function for the more classic one is about long-lasting oil balancing and doesn't soak up the moisture from your original skin. Therefore, you don't feel your face gets cakey and gets drier and drier after hours. The newer version, it is actually more designed for normal to oily skin. So if you are combined oily like myself or towards oily skin, the newer version would suit you better. And mine is a 02, is a soft matte finish. The powder quality itself, this time I compared the new one versus the older version, I find the grinding technique has improved to another level. When you touch these two powders, you will feel the newer version, it is more towards slippery silky. The older version is slightly more towards creamy silky. The texture, it is actually very similar like the Nars one. This time I've done a swatch for 3 of them based on a PU leather surface. When you swatch these 3 together, you will find that the older version, the more classic version of Florasis pressed powder, it is slightly in comparison looks like higher coverage. The newer version seems like more transparent. It's more like a see-through silk when you apply it on. When you compare the older version and the newer version, you can tell the newer version, it is even more smoother and evenly spread out. Then, compared with the Nars translucent press powder, Nars one, it is more, it's more transparent, has even less base color. To compare Nars this one to the new Florasis pressed powder, I would say the texture and the feeling of the powder itself, it is very, very similar. But the huge difference is Nars one, it is more soft matte finish, and the Nars one is a matte glow finish. Florasis is literally, as is described, soft matte finish. It's not soak up the entire face glow, your skin glow, or your foundation glow itself, but is is bring your skin back to its kind of best condition. This time for the newer version itself, on its description, is you can also see the difference is that this time is more focused on the long-lasting, sweat waterproof, as well as blurry, no cakeness for your makeup itself. I've tested it out myself. Waterproof and shine proof is really, really good. Really good. I've tested it out with foundation. You can see I applied the foundation not so evenly on my hand, and then I applied Florasis powder on half of the hand itself. You straight away see it's being smoothened out right away. And then I applied water on the top, applied it with tissue. Straight away tell, can you see the result? On the Florasis powder side, it has no fallout, no colors, nothing come out whatsoever. But on the other side, without setting with the powder, is, yeah, pretty much caked up and half foundation already been transferred to the tissue. The newer version has also claimed for shine control. On my skin, it delivers quite well. I did a test that I applied the essence on my hand, and you can straight away see the high reflection on the skin. As soon as you pressed with this powder, it pretty much soaked the entire oil reflection itself and still make your skin look smooth. You know, some powder can easily happen that when you have a face oil out, especially on touch up, you will have to use the tissue to soak your face oil first and then apply the powder in case cause the cakeness. Florasis one is really, really friendly for touch up. For my face today, you guys will see how it's actually performed. For my past experience, it doesn't matter how many layers I apply this powder, it never sink into my lines, never actually cause any cakeness whatsoever. So this time I'm very impressed with the newer version of the translucent powder. So without further ado, let's see how it performed on the face. As today isn't a foundation test, so I'm still going to use concealer as, yeah, guys, have a look at my face. It's just not, hey, one of those days. Oh, now looks better, isn't it? You know, when you apply the concealer before the foundation, make sure you don't swipe the foundation on your face and pretty much just doing the tap motion. Same with your finger as well as the puff. Otherwise, it very much removes the concealer before you apply it. Apply a little bit creamed highlighter. Today I'm going to use liquid contour and highlight as well. You know, as it's a setting powder test, so what I'm trying to do is to pile up on the face as much as I can. Then we can test out this setting powder whether can merge everything in, still having that blurring effect, and also most importantly is after a few hours, if there is anything happens with your makeup, like somewhere cakes up, somewhere breaks down, for example, could this setting powder can help it recover? So use as much as I can. Now let's apply the powder. Zoom you guys in. Okay, let's do the comparison as well. First of all, it's to compare this side on its own. You guys still can see the reflection. Okay, let me tilt it to the right place. Okay, now you can see the reflection over here. You see, just by first scroll, it's evenly spread out already. And okay, let's see this side again. Can you see? It's like frosted already. Compared to this side. And let's closer have a look at the pores. Compared to this side. Can you straight away see the difference? Can you guys really see the two finish? This side is just like very soft matte, very nice finish, very high classic finish. And then take a closer look for under eye, side of the nose, and the area that are applied quite a lot of concealers, you guys know, highlighters. It all kind of like melt in together after had the powder on. You don't really feel like you had different products on your face. Now we get even further distance, like you would look at me at normal person to person's distance. Can you see the difference? This side you really feel like added a very soft filter, like make your face look like you had nothing applied before, just like your own skin. Okay, today we're going to compare with Nars. This is very famous translucent pressed powder. This one lasts decent time on my face. So back on zooming again. And I'm going to scrub this one on this side. The blurring of Nars one is also very good. See, straight away you see this part. Can you see the edges still looks a little bit glowy, but the middle side is straight away. Okay, let me finish this half, then we do a closer up. Now I finished both sides. Let's take a closer look. This side is Florasis, this side is Nars. From the under eye, let me zoom you in even closer. Now it's better. This time, I have to say this time, okay. Florasis side, can you tell? It's smoother compared to the Nars side. I don't know whether it's because of the base product, but I use exactly the same base product. Ignore the skin condition could be slightly different, but today's performance, as you can see, the Nars one here, it's not cakey up, but it's not like being smoothened out as Florasis side. The rest are very similar. Nose bridge, nose side are equally smooth. The face side all good. Here all good. And let's see from the glow perspective. If you really look into details, Nars side is, when you tilt your face, is slightly glowier compared to Florasis side. Pore minimizing as well. This side is Florasis and this side is Nars. By the way, my pores size, both sides are big. So it's definitely the powder's result. See, Florasis side is better, looks better compared to the Nars side. Nars side, I think you guys from the swatches perspective as well, Nars is even more translucent. It looks even less powdery on the skin. Florasis, although when you look at the swatches, it looks slightly foggier compared to the Nars one. It's not as translucent or transparent as Nars one, but personally, I would prefer Florasis finish. Florasis finish give you even more high classic clean finish feel. Now it is 11:43. Again, I'll check in about 4 hours time, and then we minimum do 8 hours. Hopefully I can do 9 hours today. So I see you soon. It is now 4:06. Yeah, 4:06. So it's just over 4 hours, close to 4.5 hours. Let's have a look at the face. So don't forget, this side is Florasis, this side is Nars. Have a look at the forehead as well. I haven't actually looked into the details. Later on, I applied a little bit of highlighter, so those reflections are from the highlighter itself, same as the nose bridge. I have to say both sides capped well, not overly feel oily. Have a look, the sports mark side, and compared to here. So here I have 2. Here I have 2 as well. Seems Nars side start showing, and the Florasis side, the spot marks seems still capped decent, like 90% coverage. When you look at me with like normal people to people's distance, you don't feel my face looks oily. It's just nice glow itself with the highlighter, obviously. So let's see the touch up. Zoom your back in again. Let's see the Florasis one first. I just straight away, let me tilt the best angle for you guys. Okay, now it's better, right? Okay. Can you guys see? It just gone. Oh wow. I do it before and after. Let's see the forehead as well. And guys, focus on the detail that when you see the highlighter, see, even after applying the Florasis powder, it still remained well. The blush, the contour, it has no impact. Let's do side of the nose. Wow, can you guys see the highlighter over here? You still can see the highlighter like appearing in here, but this side, they just feel like it added a soft filter. Fantastic, fantastic. And there is no cakeness, there is no sinking into the eyes, blurring pores compared to this side without touching it. Can you see the pores kind of just disappeared? Okay, that's touch on the Nars. This one, let me tilt my face. This is before. Also very good, right? Nars, this one I know it very well because I use often enough. Wow. This side is Nars. There is a minor difference for Nars side. The notes here, can you guys see? I think it's the foundation that sink in. But the Florasis side, it seems okay. After retouching them, they not get cakey. They straight away soak up the actual oils from your face, but still leave a very fresh, clean base. They kind of return your makeup back to the beginning that when you just done it. I've now done a touch up on both sides. Let's see in another 4 hours to see if there are more oils coming out. No, 34. In the evening, 34 past 8. So it is almost 9 hours, only a few minutes away. So let's have a look. Nars, Florasis. I took a closer look in the mirror myself. To be honest, these two sides are very similar. The T-zone and the surrounding nose area are getting a little bit more face oil, but not so much. Not like too extreme. I know we done a touch-up around 4 hours. And I have to say the remaining is still very well. And you guys can see the, let's see the Florasis side, the details. The pores, although they're a little bit of face oil coming out, but still remain well. It's not like shouting out loud that the oil wants to come out. It's not like that. And on the Nars side, there are a couple of small details. One, I had a small acne, just grew over here. And my spot mark, this one has very much showing out now. And this side, you see, the area where we use the concealers are not maintained as well as the Florasis side. If you see over here and here, I use the concealer and the under eye. Under eye, both sides are okay. There is no cakeness, there is no sinking in as well. Okay, with this fair bit face oil, let's do another touch up. Firstly, let's use the Florasis, this side. Gone. No cakeness, no sinking in, blurring as before as well. And let's see the Nars side. I think on the second touch up, I think especially under the evening lighting, I can tell that Nars one has better glow, like skin glow in comparison to Florasis. Florasis is kind of a bring your skin back to original, become a very blurry and soft look. But if you're looking at the Nars side, it's slightly, can you see under the lighting? It's slightly like towards the skin glow. Personally, I have to say, from the lasting point, I think on today's test, I would actually summarize Florasis one is better than Nars. The reason being is Florasis kept whatever underneath better than Nars. Okay, after 9 hours test, I think we can well summarize that Florasis new pressed powder is very, very good. Also, today is actually a very, very hot day, so I have been quite sweaty today. And for the face, I don't know whether if you guys can see my neck, there is a little bit of red marks over here. That's how much I actually sweat today, which gets a little bit irritated on my skin now. But my face remained very well. Besides, there is another point for this new blossom powder is the ingredients they actually use. The newer version actually added the organic leaves of blackcurrant and raspberry. Hence, it is also friendly for sensitive skins. I personally use on day-to-day basis to help my skin balancing the face oil and the moisture and hydrating underneath. For oily skin especially, during the day, don't do it when you go to bed, okay? Even just at home, you're not planning to put anything else on, you just finish with sunblock. It is also recommended to add a little bit of powder-based product on your face to make oil control of your skin. Let your skin get used to produce certain amount of face oil to satisfy the entire hydrating system underneath. I knew this theory for a few years. I never actually really put in practice is because when I tried in the past with different powder, a couple of years ago, after a couple of days, I don't know whether I didn't clean it properly. I don't know. I don't think so. But it's always cause a little bit acne afterwards. So you feel like the powder is actually clogging up my pores, but I did clean it well afterwards. So the only thing I can, not to blame, but the only thing I can pinpoint down is because of the powder's ingredients may not be that friendly to use just on the bare skin itself. Until I find Florasis new blossom powder. I've been using this every day since I received it. This become part of my morning routine. So after I finish sunblock, that sunblock dry completely, then I apply a thin layer of Florasis new blossom powder. Then pretty much my whole day is literally like today. It's only a little bit in the T-zone, tiny little bit surrounding my nose, then that's about it. The rest of my face maintained very well. And after this whole week using this on day-to-day basis, and considering I clean my face as usual, it hasn't caused any irritations, any additional skin problems. There was no clogging up on the pores. There is no kind of causing acne, causing spots. Basically, I only find that this helped my oil control during the day rather than adding additional troubles on my skin. So if you are similar skin type as me, or you are more sensitive skin, you know, some oily, you have so much acne spots on, but at the same time your skin is also sensitive. Your skin is very easy to react to certain product. You probably can try Florasis one. So I would recommend when you use something new, if you're sensitive skin, still try just on this side of your face or just on your neck, just to see if it reacts to your skin. If a couple of times it remains very well, then you extend the area a little bit, then eventually use on the entire face. Okay, hope you liked today's video. If you like to see any other type of videos, do leave your comments down below. Most importantly, to subscribe on my channel. I will see you on my next video.